she's just evil. Like, there's nothing like her.
Why would she even tweet that? Like, don't you have
I think she just sits around in her evil lair whenever she runs out of Eye of Newt and small children to boil.
Hillary Clinton is one of the most disgusting human beings on the planet.
Very much so.
Always has been, always will be, and will be inserting clips on her response to Benghazi several times throughout the interview. I want to show who
Hillary Clinton just got yanked back into the headlines, and not by the usual suspects in DC or the press. This time, it was Tyrus, the wrestler turned pundit, who decided to suplex her legacy straight through the mat. The skeletons in her closet aren't collecting dust. They're breakdancing. Let's be real. Hillary doesn't enter politics. She arrives, like the room already belongs to her. She flashes a resume so long, it could wrap around the Capitol twice, or double as a CVS receipt. Decades in power, rivers of cash. Connections stretching from Wall Street to Silicon Valley, and yet her political career still feels like that gym class kid who brags about being an athlete but can't make a layup.
Talks, you kind of get why Bill did what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, it's kind of like, again, I don't condone, cheating, but that's your morning.
Yeah.
You gotta kiss that before you go to bed at night, and then you gotta sleep with one eye open.
Yeah.
Because your buddy Epstein didn't off himself, and she has all this extra footage cut up in the closet. Like,
And let's not forget, this is the woman who actually managed to lose to Donald Trump. That's not just a loss. That's a Guinness World Record in political face. She spent decades crafting her brand, hoarding donors like Pokemon cards, and networking like her life depended on it tonally, to trip over her own strategy and eat dirt. Why? Because she ghosted Wisconsin, the land of cheese, beer, and swing votes, basically a political goldmine. She treated it like a skip space. On the Monopoly board,
hear things that we find so fundamentally hard to believe. I mean, I'm in that category. People say things like, oh, that could never happen, but having been a close observer now for quite a number of years of our current president, you have to suspend your disbelief. And you have to do two things simultaneously. You have to both listen to what he says, because he often...
Hillary is the undisputed queen of contradictions. On stage, she's all about fighting for the working class. Behind closed doors, she's raking in $225,000 a pop from Goldman Sachs speeches. Nothing says champion of the people quite like billing a banker's monthly salary for every 60 seconds. You talk. It's the political equivalent of showing up to a neighborhood cookout in a pantsuit woven from caviar.
The big naughty redhead that was going around was going to ruin the world and do all kinds of bad things to us. Turns out the catfish was, hey, we don't boo here, but for this one time, you may boo.
Hillary's political instincts are about as trustworthy as a busted GP. The kind that says, turn left into the river, and she floors it. Rack, healthcare, foreign policy, you name it. She was behind the curve every time. It's not evolution, it's procrastination. She doesn't adapt. She waits, checks the polls, and then hands in her position like a student, turning in an overdue essay, praying the teacher gives her partial credit.
Tour for lying to the American people and ruining 2 years of Trump's presidency and affecting elections with Russiagate, impeachment, and fake dossiers. Oh yeah, let's not forget the P-tape. Turns out it was the Democrats and the lefty media peeing down our backs and telling it was rain.
And then there were the emails, the infamous private server fiasco that was somehow less secure than a teenager's Tumblr page. This wasn't locking up your diary and misplacing the key. This was the Secretary of State stashing classified info on a setup that a 12-year-old with a Hotmail account could crack. Then came Benghazi, the endless hearings. The marathon questioning, and her response was that dead-eyed smirk, like she thought sheer boredom would kill the scandal. Spoiler, it didn't.
Unlikable candidate in the history of presidents, and that's saying a lot.
But Biden says the same thing.
He's number 2. When Biden says something, does anyone be like, oh?
Right.
No, they used to go, oh.
Her 2016 run was straight-up political malpractice. The DNC didn't just back her, they gift-trapped the nomination like it was a family heirloom. Meanwhile, voter enthusiasm for her hovered somewhere between lukewarm soup and expired yogurt. But her whole campaign vibe? Relax, everyone. I've got this. Spoiler alert, she absolutely did not have this when she lost.
Dealing with the Hillary Clinton emails from a couple years ago saying how she should be in jail and all this other stuff. And it's just point to point to point to point exactly what just happened, proving once and for all it had absolutely nothing to do with Hillary Clinton's emails. It had everything to do with attacking Hillary Clinton, and these people are just so desperate for it that that's what they went for. And of course, the hypocrisy is just out on stage for everybody to see.
The excuses came flooding in Russia. Facebook memes, the FBI, Bernie Bros. James Comey, sexism, maybe even Putin's dog walker. Everyone got thrown under the bus, except the one person actually driving the campaign. Reality check. Hillary didn't lose because of memes. She lost because she thought pulling out a bottle of hot sauce was the secret code to win over young voters, and that's the core of it.
You know, Tyrus, and this goes back to 2016, people were reluctant to talk to pollsters and say, I like Donald Trump. And now, fast forward 8 years later, essentially they're saying, if you like him, you're in a cult. Do you really want to be in a cult?
If the cult that Hillary doesn't like, yeah, sign me in. What do I need? Is it a red hat?
Hillary had every advantage: money, power, name recognition, decades of experience. But inspiration? Zero. People didn't see a leader. They saw a calculator in a pantsuit. Every word sounded poll-tested. Every move Not a visionary, just a political algorithm spitting out talking points.
When the losing side, or someone, she's just a very unlikable person and will say anything to get this attention. But here's the thing, it's changed. America has changed. We no longer listen to that stuff. Now when they say it, we go, that's why I didn't vote for you.
In the end, the dynasty curse caught up with her. Americans don't do political royalty. The Bushes learned it, and the Clintons learned it the hard way. Voters don't like being told the presidency is someone's birthright. Yet, Hillary still drifts back into the spotlight, like a political ghost haunting the Democratic Party. Every interview oozes that same bitterness. Like the country owes her a sympathy card for 2016. Newsflash: voters don't issue refunds. She had the money, the machine, the moment Tan still fumbled it all. A career that once looked bulletproof, until reality showed up swinging a folding chair. And then came the emails, the private server saga that was somehow less secure than a teenager's Tumblr page. This wasn't locking up your diary and misplacing the key.